Good morning, students. We are doing chapter number 11, that is marketing. Already we have completed with two P's of marketing mix, that is product mix and price mix. Today we're going to start with the place mix, and then we're going to complete with first of the element of promotion mix, that is advertisement. So let's start with place mix. Okay, now the another name for place mix is physical distribution mix. Okay, now the physical distribution of goods, right from that of the manufacturers to that of the final consumers, these all activities comes under the category of place mix. Coming to the next topic, that is channels of distribution. Now channels of distribution are broadly classified into two categories: direct channel of distribution and indirect channel of distribution. Now, where there are no intermediaries like wholesalers, retailers, manufacturers are involved, such kind of channel is known as direct channel. Here, manufacturer is only selling the goods to that of the final consumer. So, it is also known as zero level channel of distribution. Coming to the next one, that is indirect channel of distribution. Indirect channel of distribution again reclassified into three categories: one level channel of distribution, two level channel of distribution, three level channel of distribution. Now where only one intermediary, that is retailer, is involved between manufacturer and consumer, at that time such channel is known as one level channel of distribution. Where two of the intermediaries are involved, that is first wholesaler and second one is retailer, at that time it is known as two level channel of distribution. And where three intermediaries are involved, that is distributors or agents, wholesalers and retailers, then it will be considered as a three level channel of distribution. Now coming to the next topic, what all are the functions which are performed by the channel of distribution? Now channels of distribution already includes wholesalers, retailers, distributors and agents. So what all are their functions? We're going to understand this. First one is sorting. Now intermediaries procure finished goods from several places. Now classifying the goods according to their size, quantity, price, color, quality, that particular thing is known as sorting. Okay, suppose a person is dealing in dry fruits, he will be procuring dry fruits from all over the country, but he will going to sort out all the dry fruits on the basis of price, quantity, color. This particular process is known as sorting. Coming to the next one, that is accumulation. Now distributors also assemble the goods at one place in warehouses and godowns in order to maintain continuous supply of goods in the market. Third one, allocation. Now allocation means just breaking up of homogeneous lot of stock into the small marketable lots, that is known as allocation. Suppose a wholesaler is purchasing 100 kgs of moong dal sack and just dividing it into a small marketable lots of say 500 grams, 1 kg or 2 kg, that particular function is known as allocation. Assorting means maintaining a wide variety of goods under one roof in order to cater to the needs of different kinds of consumers. It is known as assorting. Now whenever a general store is maintaining n number of varieties under a roof, at that time he just satisfies the combinated demands of that of the customers. Okay. Next one is your product promotion. Sometimes they also helps in product promotion by just advertisement, demonstrations, displays of that of the product. Okay, often you see Lay's, Kurkure, their cabinets are being placed outside in order to just demonstrate the products. Next one, negotiation. Guarantee, warranty, price negotiation, discussion about the price, discussion about the quality of product, we do not do with the manufacturers. We do with these kind of intermediaries only. That is why they also perform the negotiation function. Okay, any problem is customer is facing with the product, he will be discussing with that particular problem with that of these intermediaries only. Next one is your risk taking. No doubt the risk of the manufacturers is also being shared by that of these intermediaries like wholesalers, retailers, just such as demand fluctuations, price variations, we can say pilferage or damage of the goods. These all risks are being to be borne by that of the manufacturer, but they're also being shared by these intermediaries. Okay. Next one is your promotion mix. So with this we have completed with the functions of channels of distribution. We're going to start with the new and the last kind of marketing mix, that is promotion mix. As you can see in the notes, there are 4 kinds of or elements of promotion mix, that is advertisement, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations. So today we're going to complete with the first kind of element, that is advertisement. Now advertisement is something for which we have to pay. That is why it is a paid form of non-personal presentation. Why it is a non-personal presentation? Because the manufacturer of Asian Paint is not advertising that. On behalf of that manufacturer, SAIF is representing Asian Paints. Okay, so it is a paid form of non-personal presentation of either it can be idea also, it can be goods also, it can be services also by an identified sponsor. Now who is the sponsor? Suppose we are advertising our goods and services in Dainik Bhaskar. At that time Dainik Bhaskar will be considered as a sponsor. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is what all mean by the ideas. Now ideas are also advertised. Okay, every year on a new year, Shawregar celebrates Lantern Festival. That is the idea. Okay, goods and services, these all are advertised. So advertise means any paid form of non-personal presentation of ideas, goods and services by an identified sponsor. Now coming to the next one, that is merits of advertisement. First one is mass reach. No doubt, when a single time advertisement is there on that of FM, crores of population listen to that particular advertisement at one point of time. That is why mass reach is there in case of advertisement. Second one, wider choice. Whenever we are deciding to advertise our product, at that time there is n number of choices available in the market. We can just advertise our product with the help of pamphlets, print media, audio visual, visual, audio. That is why we are having a wider choice of methods which are available for advertising our product. Next one, creates confidence and satisfaction among the consumers. No doubt, when a consumer sees advertisement of any of the product, that particular advertisement creates a sense of confidence and satisfaction in the minds of consumers. Suppose whenever we are approaching a shop, हाँ इसका मैंने एडवर्टीजमेंट देखा था, इसका तो भैया मैंने कभी नाम ही नहीं सुना. So such kind of impression is being given when a product is being advertised by a marketer. Next one, expressiveness. Now, with the help of advertisement, we can present our product in a more dramatic way, more colorful way, more musical or pictures, or with the help of dance. As you can see, the hide and seek is being promoted by Hrithik Roshan by just dancing and promoting to eat biscuit. So this is how we can express our feelings and our products with the help of advertisement. Next one is your economical. Now, advertisement is also very economical in nature. How economical? Though we are having an impression that advertisement just increases the cost of product, yet we can say that it is economical. On the other hand, suppose a Cadbury is advertising its product. Crores of rupees are being spent by the Cadbury company to advertise its product, but when a single advertisement is listened by more than 100 crore people, at that time the cost per person comes very low. That is why it can be considered as advertising a product is economical in nature. Coming to the next one, that is demerits of advertisement. Now first one, it is less forceful. Often when we see the advertisement, we just switch on to that of the another channel. So sometimes if the customer find that particular advertisement interesting, well and good, he will going to see it. Otherwise it becomes an ignorant part of that particular channel. Next one, lack of feedback. We do not get immediate feedback in case of advertisement. What happens when we are advertising? The effects of such kind of thing can be seen in the number of years or in the upcoming months. That is why it is known as deferred revenue expenditure. Next one, inflexibility. Inflexibility, why it is inflexible? Because it cannot be molded, it cannot be changed as per the needs and desire of the consumer. Suppose if Cadbury is advertising its product in English, if anybody do not understand that English, that is not its problem. Okay, what happens? That flexibility is not there. It will be coming in the same standard manner whether you understand it or not. Next one, less effective. Now, every communication is effective only when it is two-way. When I am giving you any sort of message, you are responding, then the communication is complete. Now, advertisement in one-way communication, where only sponsor with the help of the non-personal people, they are advertising the product. Now, it is only one way. Whatever we are talking, they cannot listen that. They do not respond to that. That is why sometimes it becomes less effective. Okay. Next one, difficulty in media choice. There are n number of methods of marketing the product is available in the market, or advertising the product is available in the market. Okay, we may find difficulty in choosing which kind of method will be suitable for our product, and sometimes one wrong decision regarding the selection of advertisement method for a product may lead to us in a heavy losses. That is why sometimes marketer may find difficulty in media choice while selecting the advertisement method for their product. Hope you understood the meaning of advertisement, its merits and demerits. In the later videos, we're going to cover up with the different other elements of that of promotion mix. Good day. Have a